Little Carl, let me in.
Huh? My name is Cole, but I guess you're one of Dad's friends, so I guess I'll let you in. Just go down to the basement, he's down there.
Thanks, Carl. So one of the things I noticed on these NES ROM MyArcades is the shells actually starting to become a little bit different. The elevator action here actually has a more of a curved spot over here. Hey, Negan, what's going on? Man, I thought we've discussed this enough. I don't want any more of these NES Arcade ROM machines. Okay, yes, these are running NES ROMs. Listen, don't take out Lucille. Listen, how about you review one? I don't want to review one of those NES arcade machines. No, I know you don't want to review these NES ROMs, but I have something from MyArcade that is not an NES ROM. Do you want to try it? What do you got there, Glenn? I have here the Namco Museum, which uses the actual arcade ROMs. Alright, I'll review that. Okay, everybody, today's episode will be brought to you by Negan. Negan's review of the MyArcade Namco Museum. Namco. Well, I can tell you something right now. First thing we're going to do is get rid of these NES game ROMs. I don't like them. What say you, Lucille? You want to do a review here for Glenn? Alright. Glenn's got here a Namco Museum from MyArcade. Claims to have arcade ROMs on it. Lucille and I hope it does. Okay, well, if you look at the box here, it's a pretty nice big box. Now, I already have their Data East one, and Glenn even modified that because it's got an Android in there, and you're able to put on some other games like Donkey Kong and good things like that. Really wish Nintendo would find a way to license out that Donkey Kong. I like it. But this box here looks very nice. It's got well, it feels really nice and looks real nice. It's saying it's got 20 built-in games. It looks pretty nice, and the screen is vertical versus horizontal. It's kind of nice. On the side over here, they're showing you some gameplay. We got Pac-Man going on here. I see some Xevious. I see, a couple of games. I got Mappy on here. Galaxian. And looks like some Dig Dug variants, and like Dig Dug 2. Now we got some information here on the back as well. Got a removable joystick. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, they got that pad down there. I do like the joystick though, so I guess it's alright. And it's got 4 buttons down here. And it's saying it's got a full color display in vertical format. And it says it's got a light up marquee. Oh, I'm going to like to see that. And we have our buttons down here as well. Now over here on the other side, they're telling us about 20 classic games aren't included. We got Battle City. I'm not too familiar with that one. But they have Dig Dug 2, Dragon Spirit's a fun game, Galaga and Galaxian, 2 of my favorites, Mappy and Pac-Man, Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. Alright, that might get some Lucille on that one, I don't know. Pac-Mania, Pac-Panic, which looks like Tetris. Everyone's got to have a Tetris. Just play Tetris. We have Rolling Thunder on here. Rolling Thunder 2, Rolling Thunder 3. Do we need 3 Rolling Thunder games? I don't know. We're going to find out. Sky Kid, Splatterhouse 1 and 2. Hey, Lucille. They got Splatterhouse on here. Now, I'm sure that's going to be one of our favorite games. Right, Lucille? And they also have the Tower of Dracula and Xevious. I like Xevious. But I know Lucille really likes Splatterhouse. So do I. So let's take this out of the box and see what we got over here. Better not be any NES ROMs. Let's get this out of the box here. Alright, I'm going to open this thing up. And just like the last one, they got it in a box, probably in another box. So let's get this out of here. Alright, so put this to the side for now. Woo! Let's get this thing open. Getting all tingly. Okay, first thing we see on top looks like an instruction manual here in a plastic wrap here. So basically they give some information about the coin. They call it the coin trap is your power button. And again, they give you a nice thick manual. I know Glen's talked about these before. And again, oh, well this time it's nice. They give some information on the game ROMs. That's good. They talk about Xevious. That's good. We'll take a little bit more of a look on this one in a little bit, because there's actually some information in here. We'll put this over on the side. Next, they give you, oh look at that, they actually give you a power cord. That's good. It's a micro USB power cord, 5 volts. We'll put that to the side too. Plastic top to hold your machine in place during shipping. That's good. And then the box got nothing else in it. We'll put that aside for now. And here we have the Namco Museum from MyArcade. It looks pretty good. The plastic feels pretty solid already. Could take some hits from Lucille perhaps. And it's very nice. The decals are very nice. They're smooth. They feel like high quality. We got some of the games on the side over here on this side. And also on this side as well. Now I know Glen reviewed the Rolling Thunder before, and he said he wasn't too keen on it. But I kind of like that game myself. Now on here we can see we got a vertical display versus the horizontal display in the Data East one. But it is a long screen, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out with some of these games. They do, since it's supposed to have arcade ROMs, there is a coin button here. It's the first button here on the left, a reset button, and a start button. The joystick here that says removable, you just give it a couple of twists, and it does come out. Hey, it looks like a small little Lucille. We're going to put that back. I like the bats, so I'm going to put that back over here. And it looks like we have 4 buttons, and they feel pretty good. They spring back like a skull when Lucille hits it. It kind of bounces back kind of nice. Feels good. And the joystick's got a good feel to it too. Now I see here they got a screen protector over here and it's clear, but I'm not going to take that off just yet. Now on the back, over here, we can see we got a headphone jack up here in volume, and there's a micro USB jack for the power, but there's no battery in here. You're going to have it plugged in to play. And I also see a nice little scratch going on in the back over here. Maybe in that production line someone was getting hit with a bat and they dropped this a little bit. But there is a scratch back there, but you're not going to see that. These decals and everything else look really, really good. Looks like everything's put on really good. And also the speakers. There's no speaker on the back on here. They got the speakers right here in the front, and they have stereo speakers. So I like that too. And let's see what we got in the bottom here. Yep, they got some nice big long rubber feet to keep your machine from moving. So that's pretty good. So when comparing this to the Data East one, it looks like this one might be a little bit nicer. And they probably have more games in here that you would probably like. I mean, Data East did have some fun games on there. But when you got Pac-Man on here, you can't go wrong. But instead of putting on 3 versions of Rolling Thunder, you'd think they would have put on Miss Pac-Man or Baby Pac-Man or one of those Pac-Mans on here. Miss Pac-Man was a great game. But let's take a look and see what we have here when we turn this thing on. But actually, we want to take a look at that manual really quick first, one more time. I'm going to put this down over here. Phew, I'm glad they listened a little bit over here. So we have the manual. And I know Glen was complaining a lot that in the other manuals, they just had basic information and nothing about the games themselves. That doesn't make me happy. But in here, when I open this booklet up, it does give us the basic information on the machine itself, how to turn it on, stuff I already talked about. I don't need to talk about it again, do I? I don't think so. So if we go to the next page over here, they do have a listing of all the games and some information about them. I'll read off Dig Dug as an example. I like Dig Dug. You know why? When you bash someone in the head with a bat, sometimes you got to dig a hole to put them in when they're done. So in Dig Dug, move Dig Dug around to attack the pokers and fryers trapped in the tunnel. Once you reach a puka or fryer, use the pump button on each creature. Watch out, the pukas and fryers can attack and kill you. Like someone else you might know. Watch out for rocks and use them to help stop the pukas and fryers. Each level is equipped and can award bonus points. So that's good. See, that's what they should put in the other ones as well. NES ROM or not. I don't like those NES ROMs. But if you buy the game, put a little information about it. You got a big book. What does it cost you? A penny for a page? That's very good. They don't tell you about the controls here or anything, but they do tell you about the games themselves. So that's something. And I'm okay with that. So I'll give him a couple points for listening to Glen on that one. That's good. But my little take is on that, you should probably tell which controls are going to be what on there. You got 4 buttons on there plus a joystick. How do you know which games to use which buttons to? You got to figure it out. Alright, I guess we have no choice on that one. And then they just go into other languages after that. But they do give you some information in this manual, so that's something. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug this thing in and see how it turns on. So we need to get some power over here. And I think it's got some down here. Yeah, that Glen's got stuff all over the place. That's kind of good. Alright, so we're going to take this power pack here. I like this. It's powerful. Alright, let's put this in here. We got to take off a twist tie. Kind of like a noose around someone's neck. But it's just a twist tie, don't worry. We'll put that down over there. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to put this down. And if we turn this around for a second, without dropping everything, that's going to stay now. So we turn this thing around over here. Oh, I like that Splatterhouse. We can see there's a micro USB jack there. So I'm going to put this in like that. Alright, now, seeing as how it's 5 volts, if you did ever lose that, a regular cell phone charger will probably work just fine. Alright, so we're going to press the thing down here, which is the coin slot over here, and we should get some lights. And let's see if this marquee lights up like they say. It does light up over here, and the buttons now down here don't light up, but that's okay. But oh, it does. It just took a second. Look at that. Oh, you're going to make a liar out of me. I don't like that. But now our light up buttons down here in the coin door. There's a light up marquee, which is kind of nice. And we have a display over here. Don't worry, I'll get the camera closer in a second. Now looking on here, I'm going to turn it to myself just for a moment. Straight on, the screen looks pretty good. It's pretty bright. But when I was facing you at the camera and away from me, which I don't like, the screen is hard to see that way. So, looking at this side, I can still see the screen. So, just look at it either straight on or over from the right side. When you're on the left side, you're not going to see that you're not going to see the screen as well as you need to. Matter of fact, you really can't see it much at all this way. As soon as I go that far, I can't see it. you want to see something with your eyes. Trust me, you always want to know what's going on around you. So right here we have our reset button. Let's see what that does. Right now, nothing. So I'm assuming when you're in the game, that's going to take you out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move that camera a little bit closer to over here. Or maybe I'll move this a little closer to over there. I'm not sure yet. But one way or the other, I'm going to get it closer. Alright, I got a little bit closer, and don't worry, I'll get closer again. And
Hey Negan, how's the video coming along?
don't worry, Glen. I'm doing a fine job. You just don't worry about it. I tell you, man, that guy Glen, I like him, but he plays too many NES ROM games, and I don't like that. Alright, so we're going to try a game over here, and you can play it kind of, see me over the shoulder. How's that sound? So the first game selected right here is Pac-Man. So I'm going to pick it, and again, I'm on this side. The screen's a little bit dark, so let's see how it looks on this side. I'm going to go around over here. As long as you can still see my good side. Can you? The problem is now, I can still play the joystick. But I'm going to move this over because I'm still too close to Glen's machines over here. And I don't want to break any of them. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit like that. So I get a little more room over here. So again, I really couldn't see it from the other side. I had to come over here. And the screen looks just as good here as pretty much in the front. So I'm okay over here. So the first game we're going to try out here is Pac-Man. So we're going to try that out. Now, there is a volume thing on the back. I'm going to make sure it's pressed all the way up. Now, there's no indication, I don't think. Nah, there's no way to know until you hear it. There's no indication back here or in the front. You know, how hard was it to put some little line on there to tell you? I mean, really. Okay, so we're going to try this game now. I'm not sure which button we're going to press to get it. I'll try A, and let's see if it picks a game here. Okay, well, highlighted, using my joystick here. I just highlighted Pac-Man. I'm going to press A. Alright, so I picked the game. Now, here's a good question. Do you want to play it in the original format or full screen? You know what? First time, I'm going to try it stretched and see how it plays, and then we'll try it again in the original format. Because you got this screen, why not use it? Let's see how it looks, alright? So we're going to try it. So I'm going to say original or full screen. Now, if I say yes, is it yes to full screen and no to original? Or is it no to full screen or original? So I'm going to try going yes here. Stretch to full screen, I'm going to say yes. Now press the A button. Here we go. And we got directions. Okay, so here's what they tell you. They didn't put this in the manual, but it went by quick. But I know Pac-Man just uses a joystick, so that's okay. And our coin button over here. So I'm going to tell you already, the characters, which are monsters, by the way, if you look up Pac-Man's history, they are not ghosts. If you play Pac-Man, you will see him rip his hair, and you see his legs sticking out. And the longer you play it, you'll see him running across the screen naked. That is not a ghost. Ghosts came about from the Atari 2600 port, which was abysmal. That's they were called ghosts because they flickered so bad. But I just wanted to correct everyone who calls these guys ghosts. Pac-Man is going after and being chased by monsters. Got it? Okay. So, in looking at them, you could definitely tell the screen is stretched. And I guess it's okay. I can play it, but you could definitely notice that stretching in there. So we'll play one Pac-Man's worth, and then we'll try it the normal way. So we're going to put a coin in. And the volume, I'm trying again to see if that's loud, because that's not very loud. Put it up again. I'll hit the coin again. Okay, the speakers are facing forward. I'm going to say right now, it's not very loud for what it is. But there is a headphone jack. You can put headphones on, or crank it into your home stereo and have the whole neighborhood know you're playing some Pac-Man on MyArcade. So we're going to try it. We'll press the start button here. Okay, I'll go up and say already that this does have stereo speakers, but they don't sound so good. I mean, you know the sound effects, you can hear them and all that. You can hear it, but it sounds very tinny. It's not bassy at all. But I'll say the screen does look nice. It might be a little washed out. It could be a little darker for the darks. But I will say the joystick feels pretty good. It's very responsive. But the sound is the right sounds. They are the right sounds, but they're very tinny. I don't know if we go in there and change them speakers out for something better. We'll make it sound better. Or maybe with headphones or a speaker outside. But the inside speakers for Pac-Man definitely are tinny. So I'm going to hit the reset button here. I am going to say yes to quit the game, because I want to play it again in the original format. Just see how that looks. So I'm going to go back into the game. This time I'm going to say original. I'm going to say, do you want to stretch out? I'm going to say no this time. They don't word that very well. I'm not liking it. So we have the controls over here. And it goes right into the game. Now, you don't see the boot up sequence. Now, when you have the original arcade ROM in MAME or something along those lines, you will see the boot up screen where it's testing out all the characters. That would have been nice to keep in here if you're claiming it's the arcade machine. I can tell that it is, but that's missing. So that's taken away a little bit from the experience of the game. So, now looking at it, you do lose real estate because you're scrunched down on the screen. However, it looks a lot better. So I'm going to hit the start button, put a coin in, and try it one more time. And again, the speakers are very quiet. That's as high as it goes. So I'm going to say again, it does sound okay as far as it's the right sound effects. But the speakers ain't so good. They sound a little too tinny. And the volume is not very loud. Okay, I'm going to try a different game. Maybe it's just this particular one the volume's low on. I don't know if there's some other way to get in here and hack it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to talk to Glen about that. We'll reset this button over here. I am going to quit the game again. And I'm going to try something else. Now, another game that I love, and I know a lot of people love Galaga. I like Galaxian too. I grew up with that one. So I'm going to try me some Galaxian over here. And stretch. I'm going to try stretch again initially. And this time it's saying my A button is my fire button, and I got my directions. So the star field kind of looks okay. So let's see how it goes when you start playing the game. Again, the volume, I'm not happy. Even this close, the volume is not very loud. This room is very quiet. And it doesn't sound loud enough for me. But I am liking the light up marquee up here. That is kind of nice. But now I have another tidbit. For the size that this is, they make some nice OLED screens. Wouldn't it have been better? Wouldn't it have been more awesome to have that be an OLED screen? So when you picked your game, you actually got the game you were playing up there. I know I'm nitpicking here a little bit. They at least put a light up marquee in here. They listened. But I always think outside the box. And when you think outside the box, you know that they have OLED screens that are very cheap. And you can put an OLED screen up there. And now when you pick the game, have that say Galaga, Galaxian, Pac-Man. All those could be up there. Just a suggestion for your next one. Got it? So I want to hit the start button over here and try out this Galaxian. I hope you guys can hear it, because here it is very quiet. Alright, I already have a complaint. The game is choppy. The Pac-Man wasn't choppy. Why is this choppy? The machine down there is not moving smooth at all. The aliens attacking you, the Galaxians, are not smooth. And the sound is not very good. Oh man, that's a little bit of a disappointment. I would say right now this is probably running at 20 frames a second. That's just my guess. And even the sound. There's little pauses and breaks in the sound. I can't play this. What's up with this? This is no. I'm going to try the other screen. Maybe it's got something to do with it. But I can tell you right now, it's choppy. The sound has little pauses and breaks in it. I don't like it. I'm going to reset this game. Yes, I do want to quit the game. That was bad. I'm going to go back in. And this time I'm going to say no to stretching. How could you mess up a game like Galaxian when you could play Pac-Man? Okay, so the screen is now its original size in the arcade. Let's try it out. I already heard the shutter in the audio. Alright, you know, Lucille may be taking a little visit to this machine. The gameplay is definitely not smooth. The gameplay is choppy. It's choppy! Galaxian, it's an old game. Pac-Man was smooth. And the sound is choppy. I can't. We're getting out of this game. I am not happy with that at all. Yes, I want to quit the game. So you know what? Let's take a look at Galaga. I hope Galaga does not suffer the same fate as its older father, Galaxian. Let's go into Galaga, and let's hope not. We're going to again try full screen. Now my guess is, while it's showing that, I just heard the startup explosion, that the startup screen I was describing before, they're hiding it behind that. Why? I want to see that. Let me know I'm playing the arcade game. You want to show the controls? That's fine. Hit a button to bypass it. Let me see the boot up sequence. That's part of owning these and wanting to play the arcade ROMs, MyArcade. Why are you doing that? Okay, I can tell you already, the screen is moving at a good frame. I don't see any lost frames in this demo mode, alright? So why was Galaxian, an older, simpler game, choppy with bad sound? Alright, we're going to put a coin in here and we're going to try it out. That sounded good, but again, sound's not very loud. You might want to plug this into a stereo to really hear your music going. But here we go. Okay, the guys are moving at a good frame rate, so that's good. The ship is responding well. That's good. The button is shooting and they're responding to my presses. That's good. I can tell you already, this is playing much better than Galaxian. Which will probably please a lot of people, because most people like this more than Galaxian anyway. But, not me. Alright, I got captured. Let's see how this plans out. And the music sounds very good. There's no pauses or breaks in the audio. The frame rate is where it's supposed to be. Ah! Shot my guy. I guess he's a bad guy now. Okay, so it plays well here. I'm going to reset this and play it in the original aspect ratio. So hit the reset button over here. Yes, I do want to quit. Yes, I'm going to go back in. And this time it's a no. So right now, it is showing that boot up screen. Because if you listen, you're going to hear the explosion at the end of it. Right there, if you could hear from that low quality sound speaker. And then this comes up. So they're hiding that boot up sequence. And I don't like that. That's part of the experience. But everything here looks good on the screen. Again, the blacks could be a little bit more. So the screen's a little bit on the bright side. But again, on something like this, Glen told me he got this off of Amazon for $99. So that's not cheap, but also you're getting kind of a lot. So some things you have to give way to. But that would be kind of neat right now, having that change into Galaga on the screen up here. Don't you agree? Alright, so we're going to put a coin in here and start her up. Again, I'll say that all the characters look good. The frame rate is good. The buttons and joystick are working very fine. Now, from my experience, this is definitely the arcade ROM. Let's see if I'll get captured right this time. Now remember, kids, you don't want to shoot your guy up there or the guy holding him, or you won't get him back. Alright, he got me, but that's okay. We're going to try a different game. So far, we have Galaga okay, Pac-Man okay, and Galaxian not okay. We also have the sound volume not very loud. Now, I will say I do have a screen protector on here. Maybe that's causing some of the problem with the sound. I'm going to peel that off. I don't care what Glen says. I'm taking it off. If I can get it. Oh, he's going to be mad. Mad as hell, but that's alright. Ah. That sounds a little bit better. So, it's perhaps this stupid thing on here was blocking them speakers. I'm going to try one more real quick and just see if it's any louder. I think it's going to be. Oh, yeah. That's better. Gotta tell Glen, you can't leave that stuff on all the time. That sounds much louder better. I'm gonna go back to Pac-Man for a quick second and see if that tinny sound goes away. Maybe that was a problem with that too. But it sounds louder here. So we're gonna reset this and I'm gonna say yes. And I'm gonna go back to Pac-Man just to try it out just long enough. I'm gonna say no to that. And let's see if the sound sounds any better. They're still not gonna change the frame rate in Galaxian though. Alright. Oh, that sounds... There's the volume you didn't have. That does sound better. So I'm a big enough man to admit when I made a mistake. The sound sounds much better. It's not so tinny. That plastic covering was over the speakers in the front. That made it sound low and tinny. But right now, that sounds pretty good. Listen to that. That sounds much better. So far, the only real problem we have here is they're hiding the boot up sequence, and the Galaxian frame rate is just horrible. But the speakers actually are okay. I have to take that back. They're not bad at all now. Now I'm going to reset this. We'll get out of this game. Let's try something else over here. Another game I love, for obvious reasons, is Dig Dug. Let's see how Dig Dug plays. That might not look too bad stretched, so we're going to say yeah. We'll do that. So we'll say yes. Stretch to full screen, yes. We're going to do that. Still don't like how they word that. You got to really think. And I don't want to think. I want to play. Again, you're not seeing that boot up sequence. And it's just showing you the buttons. And for Dig Dug, that does not look too bad stretched out like that. Let's put a coin in. And it sounds pretty good. You got it, Glen. You got to take off those things off the screens. You can't block those speakers. That sounds good. So we have our pump button is A. A is our big button. The sound is good. The controls are good. But in looking at this, it does look like the frame rate is a little bit low. Not as bad as Galaxian, but it does appear that the frame rate is just a little bit lower than it should be. She burned my face off! Those fire breathers are bad news. Okay, I'm gonna try one more round of this and look at that frame rate even better. I don't know. It looks to me like it might be, or maybe it's just on the screen that it is. Let's try this in the other aspect ratio, but to me the frame rate just seems a little bit lower than it should or could be. We're going to reset that. Yes, I do want to quit the game. Let's try that again. And this time we're going to say, do you stretch full screen? I'm going to say no. And now you got to wait. You got to wait while they hide that boot screen. Okay. It doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. All right, let's try it out. The sound sounds a lot better, so I apologize to all of you out there when I said the sound was bad. That screen protector was blocking those ports. I don't know. I'm still not sure. On the Pac-Man and the Galaga, it was very smooth. It seems like it's a little choppy, but I don't know. It could be okay. You'll have to tell me if you pick one of these up how you feel about the Dig Dug down below. Leave me some comments. Let's reset that, but it is Dig Dug, and it does appear to be the Arcade ROM, so I am happy about that. Let's see, they have Dig Dug 2. Never liked it. Not even going to bother looking at that one right now. Mappy. I do like Mappy. We're going to take a look at Mappy. I love me some Mappy. Let's try that out. And we'll go, do you want to stretch full screen? I'm going to say yes. That might look okay on full screen. So again, the A button is going to be used a lot. Because these games, a lot of these are one button games. The title screen looks okay. It doesn't look bad being stretched out. Actually, doesn't look too bad at all. I'm trying to remember if Mappy was a vertical or horizontal machine to begin with. Because it really looks good. It might have been a vertical machine to begin with. I'll have to ask Glen about that. I don't know too much of those things. But it does look good. The screen color is pretty good. When you're looking right on, it looks really, really nice. I'm a little bit off to the side, so it's a little bit washed out, but you can't blame it. I'm playing it from the side, but I shouldn't be. The sound is good, so we're going to put a coin in, and we're going to try out some Mappy. Oh, I tried to go with the other one. But I'm on this side. I'm not with the joystick in the right spot. Let's try that again. Oh, now he's there. That's no good for me now. Oh, boy. It's playing very nice. Although I've been pressing to the right a little bit, but I'm on the side. I'm not pulling maybe hard enough. Sometimes it's a little hard to go to the right, but that could again be for me playing it the way I am right now. I'm going to reset this game and do it in the non-stretch format and see how it comes out. You're going to say yes here. And we'll play it one more time. And this time we'll say no. And we wait. We put a coin in. Again, when you lose that space on top and bottom, it's not really that bad. But it looks good this way too. But even stretched out like before, it didn't look bad to me at all. That Mappy, he's a hard guy, those cats. Alright, let's reset this here. And we're going to go out. Let's try something else. Let's go down a little bit. And maybe we'll come back to Dragon Spirit. What else do we have on here? Xevious. Now, Xevious is going to use more than one button. So let's try that one. And that also, I don't think will look bad stretched. So we're going to stretch that one out. Okay, so we have our fire button is A. And our bombs are B. It actually looks pretty good. I'm really happy the sound came out better. I was really getting disappointed about that sound, but that screen protector did block all the ports. The other machines, the sound's on the back. It wasn't blocked if we keep a protector on there. But Glenn, you gotta take that stuff off, bro. Alright, we're gonna put a coin in. Ooh, that's good and loud. I like that. Ooh, might be too loud. Woo! Take that, you guys! I tried to drop a bomb, it didn't go. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That's my fault. A and B. Now, there's no explosions. What's up with that? When you drop a bomb on them, there's supposed to be an explosion sound. Why ain't they there? Alright, there's a problem with this one already. When you drop a bomb on these guys, there's an explosion sound, and that sound is not there. The other sounds are. Why aren't the explosion sounds? How can they mess that up? Alright. Why are there no explosion sounds when I drop my bombs? There's supposed to be explosion sounds when I drop my bombs on their buildings. I'm going to reset that and just show the other one now in the normal screen size. Yes, I'm going to quit the game. I said yes, I want to quit the game. I'm going to go back in and say no this time. When they build these, does anyone test this stuff? Galaxian with frame rate problems? When these other machines are more advanced and they're running smooth? And then you're missing sounds? I want my explosions when I drop them on them buildings. Everything else here looks good. And it sounds good. But I don't have my explosion sounds. To me, that ruins the game. When I played that, you want to hear that sound when you smash the buildings with your bombs. Why don't you test these things? Yes, I'm going to quit the game. Got Rolling Thunder on here now. I did see Glen's review of that Rolling Thunder on the NES ROM, so I'm about to take a look on it here. So I'm going to say, play this game, and I might as well stretch it out. So we have shoot and jump in our directions. Press start to load the game. Press start to load the... Why do I gotta press start? I just pressed the button to get into it. Oh, this wasn't in the NES ROM. I never played the arcade game. There's a whole intro? I like that skull over there. Alright, now, I'm going to say something right away. This game just showed me some really smooth scaling effects. Really smooth. And good sound. And in Galaxian, you can't keep the frame rate proper. And you can't have the right sounds in Xevious. And you could do that. Alright, I'm going to put a coin in. And it sounds alright. Okay, we have jump, duck, and some shooting. You can't shoot up, you can only shoot forward and low. But you can jump. Can I double jump? There you go. You press up on the joystick, you jump, and she did a sweet move. I want to meet this girl. Now, like she don't ask questions. She just shoots you. Oh, this is much better than what I saw on the NES ROM. That's why I don't like them. Oh, yeah. Get over there. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? I gotta jump in all those? What is she landing on in there?
Say what?
Oh, and you can't jump down, so I gotta jump through all these things. Or die. All right, I'm gonna go out of here and play this in the other format. Especially after the good time she had in this, she might need a break. I'm gonna go back in. Oh, that was Rolling Thunder 2. I wasn't even paying attention. That's Rolling Thunder 2. So I'm gonna say no this time, just see what it looks like. It says right there, I wasn't paying attention. Rolling Thunder 2. It wasn't even the original Rolling Thunder. But I like that girl. Press start to load the game. At least they give you some nice music to listen to while it loads that game. Alright, see if we can put a coin in real quick. And I can. Now this one I think I may have... It looks sharper here. But I think I may have liked it in the stretched out screen. But the characters definitely look better this way. Alright, let's go back out of here. I'm going to quit this game. Rolling Thunder was the first one over here, so I'll go back up to that because I did want to see the differences between the Nintendo version and this one. So let's go in here. And I'll say yes. We'll stretch it out. Same buttons. There's the game. Alright, so we'll put a coin in here. Advance to higher tiers. There, we're going to start Area 1. Because I don't know this game too well. Let's just go into the game. I'm going to say the Nintendo one wasn't too different to this. It's a little bit, obviously. But if you like Rolling Thunder, I guess you'll get a good copy here. They got him. I like that. It's like my guys back in the day. I'm going to go out of here. Say yes. Let's see what else we got down here that we want to try out. Sky Kid, I don't know too much, but oh Splatterhouse. We're gonna try some Splatterhouse right now. Come here, baby. You stay over here. Lucille is good. Let's try some Splatterhouse. I'll stretch it out in the beginning and see how it is. So we have our attack and jump and our direction buttons. Oh yeah! Ha ha! Lucille, you love this! Oh, give me back that! Try and run and jump. Oh, I died over there. Okay. Well, it definitely plays. It sounds like Splatterhouse. I'm going to try it again in the other screen format for a moment here. So I'm going to reset this and say yes. And we'll try Splatterhouse again this time in its normal screen format. Although it looked fine to me in the stretched. Just love me some Splatterhouse. Okay, it's stretched to its normal size, or shrunk, I should say, to its normal size. I think I like this one more stretched. It looked fine, and you got to have the whole screen on there. It sounds just like Lucille. Ah, all right, I'll try another game. But man, that felt like Lucille was in my hand, hitting him. It was great. Yes, we're gonna quit this game. And we'll see what else we have in here real quick. We have other versions of Rolling Thunder, other versions of Splatterhouse, and we have the Pac-Mania series. So I'm going to go up here and take a look at the, I think it was, where was it? I'm going to find it over here. Dragon Spirit, that's the one I wanted to try. So we'll go into some Dragon Spirit. Again, I'm going to stretch the screen because it looks like it's a vertical type of shooter game. So I'm going to try it that way. We have fire and bombs. Well, it's a dragon. I guess there's going to be some fire. That looks really good. And again, it's a more advanced game than the other ones, and it seems like it's okay. So we'll try and put a coin in. And here we go. Looks like you could select your level, but I'm going to start at the beginning level here. There's our bombs. Alright, see how that works. There's no auto fire, so you gotta press just like in the arcade. Oh, that's a hard game. That is a hard game. They got me. But I think that would be a fun game if I play that one some more. So let me give you some of my thoughts of this Namco Museum from MyArcade with real arcade ROMs. Is it good enough? So what's Negan's final thoughts on the Namco Museum from MyArcade? What do you think, Lucille? Now this thing costs $99 right now on Amazon. You get 20 games. I didn't go through them all, but I will say I think it's pretty good. At the beginning I thought there was some sound problems, but that was Glen leaving his screen protector on. We took that off, the sound sounds okay. Wait, what? You took out my screen protector? There are some quirks in a couple of games that I was a little disappointed in. Almost became Lucille worthy. The Galaxian, the frame rate was not right. It was not right. And there's no reason for that. It's an older game. They should have tested that and gotten that fixed before they released it. And also in Xevious, another game I enjoy. Missing the explosion sounds, you're dropping your bombs. You want to have, if you're touting something as the arcades at home, arcade ROMs at home, you gotta be as good as the machine they were playing on. Or why bring these home? Now with that being said, the other games on here played very well. Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Mappy. A lot of those games were fine. The sound and screen were fine. They give you an option to change the screen. If you don't mind stretching it, you can stretch it to take advantage of the screen they give you that's vertical. If not, you can make it the original aspect ratio. I was actually surprised some of the games I didn't mind stretched out. Pac-Man I kind of did. That one didn't look right to me. Although I guess if you're playing it just to play it, it's fine. But if you want that real feel, you're going to have to make it smaller. Everything else seems here okay. The machine, the plastic, how strong it is, the buttons and joysticks all felt okay. I do like they did listen to Glen and put a light up marquee up here. But my new 2 cents of how to make this better is to put a OLED screen in there, and as you select your game, your screen changed up there. This thing's small, they're not expensive. You're charging $99, trust me, you could throw that in there for a buck or two. People will pay for it just for the wow factor of seeing it up there. But overall, I think this one's gonna be safe from you, Lucille. I'm sorry, girl. This one's alright. I definitely liked it more than the Data East Classics until Glen hacked it and put on more games on there, because that machine and this machine is basically running Android. So I'm sure he'll find a way, or one of his friends will find a way to get in there and put other games on there. And a vertical screen like that, Donkey Kong Jr. would probably look really, really good. So if you do get this for $99, or if you get even lucky and get it for less, I say it's a worthy pickup. Over $100, I see it sometimes on eBay or even Amazon for $119. I'd wait. I'd wait till they bring it down a little bit in price. But if I bought this for myself, would I be totally disappointed? No, I think it's fun and I'd play it. But I am disappointed about those two games when there's no way there's been a reason why they couldn't run them properly. So I want to thank you for allowing me, Glenn. I want to thank you for letting me do this episode for you. But we're still going to have a talk about those NES ROMs. What? I told him I don't want to see them no more. Well, we'll talk. So no matter how you play, as Glenn would say, no matter how you play a game, just enjoy what you're doing and game on. Now Glenn, come here, let's talk about those NES ROMs. What?
Glen at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog. He really did take it off. Oh!